Welcome to the first episode of Website Optimization Workshop. And during this series, we are going to look into some of my students' websites, and we try to improve these websites from UI, UX, typography, marketing, persuasion, and e-commerce view. And let's see what we can learn from it. So if you're ready, let's begin. So during this session, we have 6 website examples from my students, and I have prepared them here for you guys. And we are going to take a look at these websites. I'm going to suggest you how you can improve these websites, what are the problems, where are the strengths and the weaknesses. So as we go forward, you can also learn, and together we can practice. So I have selected these websites randomly, and let's get started. So as we can see here, this is an agency. The important thing here is that when you want to build your website, it is very important that the user who come to the website, under 3 seconds, 4 seconds tops, they can understand what this website is about. Okay, so if I come to this website and it is hard for me and I have to look around to understand what is your offer, what is your product, what are you doing, what is this website about, this is your website is not working. So let's get back here, and let me just remove myself so you can see everything. Okay, so this is the website. So when we come here, the first thing we see is this title: take the fast lane to first page result. Now this is more or less clear that it is about SEO. Okay, first page. Now I prefer it was, for example, first page of Google. That would work much better. People understand that better, but it is okay. And okay, so under it we have a short description, then we have call to action. Now here there is a problem. So you see that we have a start now and we have this telephone number. Now the problem is that we have 2 call to actions here, which one is enough. You do not need to add 2 or more call to actions. Okay, so the more when you make your website complicated, the conversion rate of your website will be lower. Okay, people get confused. Okay, what should I do? For example, I want to start. I have to click on the start now, or I have to click on this button. Okay, so this is a little bit confusing. If it was me, I would remove this telephone number. And one thing, I like this illumination under the button. Instead of shadow, they put the color, same color. It's somehow nice. And let's look at the top. The header, to me, it's a little bit thick. You don't need to make it so thick like this. And let me bring myself back so you don't miss me a lot. So if it was me, I would make it a little bit thinner. And at the top, you see, for example, on the left side, we have the social media. It is good. On the right side, we have email and the telephone number. It is perfect. And the thing is that the website itself, it looks so clean, and I like that about this website. There's one thing here. You see these small dots moving around. If it was me, and when you hover your mouse around them, I understand it may look beautiful, but if it was me, I would take them, I would remove them. The reason is because when you give motion to some element, you want to grab attention. And these dots, they don't need attention. Okay, why should I pay attention to these dots moving around? I understand that it may look beautiful, but when the user's attention is driven toward these dots, okay, I'm getting far from my goal. Okay, from in marketing, we want to push people to click on this button. Okay, so I wouldn't do that. Now, okay, we have here 2 first pages, I think. Okay, so creating a successful partnership. Now this is more confusing. Okay, so if I see this as the first page, I'm not sure if I understand what's going on, but the description is the same. So you have to read the description. So this is not good. I prefer the first page. It was much better. Let's come down. Here we have some logos from other companies probably they work with. So social proof. And then we come down here. Expect great things from your SEO agency. And here we have a before and after. For example, I'm not sure on what example it is. You could say that we worked on this website as our client. I'm sure one of your clients could give you permission to write their name here. For example, we worked on pouyaeti.com, and this was before. For example, the organic traffic annually was 100,000, and after that it got triple. Okay, and then we have, for example, ranking to 26,000, then it got 34,000, and annual organic traffic. So okay, here we have annual organic traffic, here we have annual organic traffic in percentage. This is a growth probably. Okay, so you have to write this, you need to make this clear. And one thing, let me tell you here, okay, when you design your website, the less click, the better. Okay, so if I design a page, a landing page, that it requires people to click here, then there, then on the left side, on the right side, on this button, on that button, this is bad. Okay, for each click, the user must spend some amount of energy, and they try to avoid it. Their mind try to block it. Okay, you don't need to click here. Okay, don't do this, don't go there. So your job when you want to design a website, it's better to decrease the clicks. So if it was me right now, if I want to just understand these three numbers, I have to click here several times. Okay, so remove that, put, for example, before after, or one row could be the before and one row can be after. Okay, you could do this much easier and much better. I understand it looks interesting, it looks nice, but our main goal here is that the website must deliver the message, must persuade. Okay, if it doesn't work that way, okay, you can design a beautiful website but have low sales. Okay, so from marketing view, you need more sales, that's why you need to work on it. Now I like this, take your website to the next level, very big call to action. Now I think it will jump on a video, right? It will probably jump on the video and explain more about it. But anyway, I like that you see it's impossible to miss this call to action here, right? So let's come down. Okay, we have some other stuff here. The look of your website, it's very good. And okay, these numbers, if it was me, I would you saw the count up. I have to say, it was, the numbers was increasing until, for example, this one got to 330. You can decrease that number, that it get to that number much faster. Okay, so then we have meet our leaders. Okay, these are the team leaders, and you can see them. It's okay, it's nice. And then we have something interesting here. So know your SEO score. You write down your website and your email and start now, and it probably do something or send you, email you an analysis about your website from SEO perspective. So this is very good. And if it was me, I would move this to here. Okay, instead of this image, I would put it here, remove this call to action, and I put it here. Then this way you can grab a lot of emails, maybe 4, 5, 10 times more email comparing to what you have right now. So this can help you a lot. Another thing here, let's look at this part from typography perspective. So several days, it was last week, I uploaded a video about typography. I mentioned a lot of different things, and you see here this text, it's okay, but we are going to make it better now. So one of the rules that I mentioned was, because our eyes, for example, on English language, our eyes start to read from left to right. And because of that, it is much better to justify your text to left. Okay, not all the time, but in these cases that reader want to read something, for example, sometimes for titles, okay, you can justify it to the center. But when there is, for example, a paragraph here, it's better to justify it to left. So let's take a look at it. let's find where is the center. Okay, here it is. You see, text align center. Now let's do left. Okay, this is left, and let's do the same thing for these texts here. It should be somewhere around text alignment center. Let's do left again, and we have to do this for all of them. Okay, yeah, here it is, left, and the last one, left. Okay, so you see it's already much better. Let me just get this, open another window here and look at it again so we can compare the new one and the old one. So it was the old one and this is the new one. You see, it's already much better. You can read this much easier, much better. And let's work on some other areas. So the other thing that I pointed out in the typography video tutorial, it was that when you want to use different font size, use double. Okay, for example, this font size, it is 16, as you can read. I'm not sure you can see it. Okay, as you can see in the third row, it is written 16 pixel, and this one is 36. So let's change that. Let's change this to where is the font size? Here it is. So if we double 16, it will be 32. So you see, it's much better. Let's compare it. You see, bigger, smaller. You know, these sizes, when you do it this way, when you double the size or half the size, this way, you may say that, all right, people won't understand it. Yeah, people won't see the difference. They won't understand it, but they feel that, all right, this looks better. That one looks more complicated. Okay, this is the part that typography plays a major role. Okay, when you want to deliver your message, if it is complicated, it would be much more difficult. Okay, so. And one other thing, I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to point out, this learn more button, it's so far from this text, okay? When it is so far, it gives the feeling that it is not related to this text, okay? But if you just bring it a little bit closer to this text, it would work much better. And one other thing, this background is cylinders, something like that, capsules, I don't know. You repeated this design over and over. We have it at the top, we have it here, and again we have it at the bottom. Okay, so it's too much. You can decrease part of them, right? You can take out some of them. Okay, so that was all for this one. Let's go and talk about the next one. So I'm going to refresh it, so if there was anything at the beginning, and I'm going to remove myself so you see everything. Okay, so here is the website, and so the first thing is that I do not understand what this website is about. Okay, I see some meetings, I see some seminars, I see someone here, but I don't understand that. Is it about marketing? Is it about law, for example? Is this guy a lawyer? Is he a speaker, public speaker, for example? I don't understand it. So this is a weak point. Okay, you need to improve that. And one other thing, there are hundreds of elements here. You see the transitions, lines going, coming, circles, text, happiness, and before you get the chance to read these things, it's gone. So this is not good. You do not need such thing. Okay, it is much better, and already it's giving me a little bit headache. So let's just, okay, here I am. And if it was me, I would take down this video and maybe put it small in some place. Let me just show you. Okay, ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels did this much better. Okay, so you see, it's their website. They have a video here. Okay, you can do that. You can have a massive text title to just explain what it is about, call to action, and then on the right side you can have your video. Okay, this is much better comparing to what we had here. And you do not need all of these transitions. It's just destroying your work and what you have done till now. It's you don't get the again you don't get to the goal that you want here. Okay, so if it was me, I would completely change it and make something like this: title, call to action button, video, right? Let's come down here. Now, the other thing here, which I don't like, is that we have a lot of call to actions. So it is good that we have examples like this so we can learn. Okay, you do not need to put a lot of call to actions here. Look, for example, here we have register now, buy now, explore more, get your score, set a reminder. Okay, you do not need all of these. Okay, just one call to action for each page is enough. Okay, you should sit down and think that, all right, what is the most important that I want my users to do inside this page? Put it there, and that's all. Okay, you can have other elements, but it can come as secondary. You see, all of these call to actions are equal. And then when we come here, we see happiness rewiring formula. Okay, so we understand that, all right, maybe it's something about happiness, maybe meditation, something like that. And under the page, you see we have a deadline, a timer, countdown that try to push us, but it's not working because it is confusing. It's not gonna work. Even the cognitive biases works, but you put, for example, a scarcity here. The time is going down. You're gonna lose this offer, but because it is complicated, you won't get the result that you're looking after. So let's come down here. We have, for example, okay, transformational programs. We have different programs here. Then we have some more information. Register for free training. Then we have blog, and this all blogs went under, and there is no footer. Okay, so you should have the footer. Okay, footer is important. And okay, so if I was in your shoes, as I said, I would select one goal and just work on that. Okay, and it's okay to have different stuff as you come down, but not very bold. If you want people to, for example, join in your seminars, register for your seminars, focus on that. If you want people to sign up on something and you receive their email and then do email marketing, just do that. For example, here you have something, uh, take the happiness challenge. So let's click on it and see what's going to happen. Let's take the happiness challenge. So we come down here, there is an arrow, it comes on the YouTube video, and then buy this course. So it's a course, and for example, you can put something here for free to grab the emails. You don't have that. So let's go on the next one. Okay, this is a little bit better. On this one thing, on this yellow, it's a little bit dark yellow, but I think if you use black text, it would look much better. Let me just try. So here we have the text. Let me see if I can find the color. Here it is, the color. Let's try 000. Okay, you see, it's much better. It's readable. So these things matters a lot. Okay, with the small changes, you can make a huge difference. 000. See, much better. So you see, for example, you can take the phone number and put it on the right. It's not balanced. It's a little bit. It gives a not it the feeling it's not very good. Okay, so if I were you, I would move one. For example, you can put the social media channels on the right or vice versa. The height of your header, it's good, it's enough. And okay, the background image is low quality. As you can see, you can see it's pixelated. We come down here. So what is this website about? Digital marketing company. Okay, boom, right in the beginning. Now again, another mistake. Here we have two call to actions. Why people go after two call to actions? I don't know. Contact us, enroll now. Okay. So, okay, I want to okay, I'm gonna click. Let's click on contact us and see what's happening. Okay, choose your service. Okay, here we are. Can I choose? Yeah, I can choose. For example, web design and development. Let's see what is going to happen. Okay, so I think it's incomplete probably. Let's try something else, graphic design. So you see this button. Okay, more or less it looks okay. There are a lot of you should increase the distance between, give some space to breathe. Okay. Um, One other thing I wanted to mention is that here you see these buttons are not clear. First of all, when you hover your mouse on something, that when we hover it changes, but it's not clickable, that's not good. Okay, do this stuff that, for example, it is changing the color. Do these things on stuff that it is clickable. Now here this button is clickable, but it is not obvious that it is a button. Okay, you can move it, you can change the color, bring it lower, and let me just try and see if I increase the distance a little bit. Let's see if it looks much better or not. First of all, the background is, for example, white. Let's try, for example, red. Okay, and let me see if I can find the color of the text. We have padding, we have transitions, box shadow. Do you guys see the color? I don't see it. Okay, here we have several colors. We have yellow, just crossed out, blue. How many colors exist here? Okay, let's come down. Colors. All of these colors are crossed out. Why do you need to add so many different colors and then remove them? Okay, let's come down. Okay, so here's the color. It was right at the beginning. Okay, so let's change this to FFF. Okay, now it's much better. You see, now it is obvious that, all right, this is a button. Now another thing we need to do is to add some margin top, and let's add, for example, 30 pixel. You see, now it is much better. But the thing is that right now you don't know this button is for this block of text or this block of text. What we need to do is to add margin bottom, and here we have to do it, for example, 60 pixel. Now when you look at it, you understand that, all right, this button is about this text. Okay. Oh, one thing, sorry about that, you didn't see the stuff. Let me just bring it back, because of my my own image was all over everything. Okay, so here it is. You see what I changed here? Let me just select it and show it to you again. Okay, so you see I changed this information. Let me see if I can zoom. No, I cannot zoom on it. So I changed this, I changed the color, I changed the background color, the margin top, margin bottom, and already looks much better, right? So these things are not so complicated and difficult to do, but it will change everything for you. Okay, so let's go for the next website, and let's close ClickFunnels. So here we have another thing. The problem here, as you can see here, we have, for example, the change starts with you. All right, but I don't understand what this website is about. So this is a problem. And it is hard to read the text because of the background image. So what you should do, you should move this image. For example, let's try it here. Okay. So let me draw it for you. So here, for example, let me draw it somewhere you can see it. So let's say this is our the top part, and here is the header. And here you want to, for example, you want to have your text and a call to action button. And instead of putting the person on under the text, just move it to the right. Okay, for example, something like this. Okay, you can move it to the right, and it is more obvious, right? This way, your text is readable, your button is understandable, and the image is clear. But the other problem with this design is that with this title is that it's not understandable what this website is about. So let's go down. Okay, so we see some stuff about eating healthy, online training, nutrition plans. Okay, so it's about um, probably exercising and eating healthy food. Okay, hurry up deal of the month. Okay, so it's not, you see, it's, for example, when we are here, you don't see this title at all. Okay, you need to pay attention to all of this. You have to come at the bottom of the screen to see this thing here. Let me just take myself out. And okay, most loved products. And when you have different, I think you still need to work on this website, because the image of the products should be different. Okay, it's obvious. And okay, so you need to still work on it. You see the image it's blocking also part of, for example, the home word. It's not very readable, so you need to work on it. Let's click on get started and see where it will go, where it will take us. Okay, it's loading. So you need to also work on your website speed. Let me bring myself back. Hey there. So all right, we went to the shop. What do we have here? We have menswear, we have ebooks. Okay, you need to work on it. It's not clear, and it's not understandable, and it's not the images need more work. You need to categorize your product: food in one product, for example, clothing in one row. Separate them. Okay, so let's go for the next one. All right, so here we have, what do we have here? So one-stop solution for all your business needs. Now I need to highlight it to see the text, because the text came out of the this iMac in the background. Now again, learn more, hire us. Okay, why do we need to have two call to actions? You saw ClickFunnels. Okay, it was one call to action, ClickFunnels. One is enough. One button, it's enough. It do the work. You see, start free 40-day trial now. Okay, under it with lower font weight. Start building your first funnel right now. Okay, it's clear when I click here what I have to expect. It's completely clear. Okay, but here it is also clear. Hire us, learn more. But when you have put two, the attention and the energy that the user must spend divide into two parts, and it will be much more difficult to push them, for example, toward clicking learn more or hire us. Okay, so one other thing that you need to do, either fix this image or completely remove it. Let's remove the image and see how it will look. Here is the image. Okay, this is the background image. You see, already looks much better. It's very clean. Now it's very empty, but you can put something here on the right, put these things on the left. Okay, so let's come here again. Okay, this is our area. Here we have our logo stuff, and right now you have a text in the center. Instead of that, you can bring your text, boom, one big button, and maybe some other images about what you're doing, what you're going to do, and so on. Okay, so this is enough, right? You do not need to make it so complicated. And one thing is that when you use big images, it will decrease the speed of your website. And beside that, if you want to put it with high resolution to so it looks nicer, it will get heavy if you decrease the size to make it lighter, so the websites work faster, the image look bad. So avoid using massive big images on your website. Okay, so instead of that, you can go toward this direction. All right, let's come down. Tailor-made project, high quality work, on-time delivery. These are good, but these are not rewards. Okay. One thing, let me tell you, everybody talk about their work as high quality. Everybody. You don't see anyone out there to say, all right, my work is so. Okay. My work is bad. The quality of my work is bad. Okay. No one says that. So instead of using these kind of sentences or phrases, try to focus on the reward. For example, you have web development, digital marketing, SEO, social media management, okay, graphic design. Instead of that, just mention that, for example, uh, you can mention the reward. For example, all in one package. Just for example, um, we will do everything for you connected to marketing or this stuff. We will do all your designs. Okay, focus on the reward, whatever it is. If your website is an e-commerce or some other stuff, selling clothes, selling services, just focus on the reward. And one other thing, compare it to the other websites like yourself and see what they are offering. Okay, um, try to offer something good and attractive, high quality work. It's it's something common. Everybody says that. On time delivery, everybody says that. Okay, so let's look at it from typography. And one thing, this image is stretched. Okay, this laptop, it's compact. Don't do that. Okay, it's not good. All right. Okay, so here we have the title, 50 pixel font size, and here the body, the description is 16. Okay, so what we have to do you know? We have to change this to 32. And you see it's different, right? Or we can double this 32. We can write 64. Do you write 64? Oh, sorry. I need to. Oh, okay. Let me first just remove myself. Okay. Here it is 64. I need to change this and add px to the end. Okay, so you see now this title has 4 times the size of the body. Okay, so this is important. Let me put it on 32. And there is another thing you can do which works also very well. Let me just bring calculator. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm not sure if you have heard about golden ratio or Fibonacci sequence. Now, golden ratio, um, it's more or less a number that when you scale things up or down using that number, it looks much better. For example, several days I was working on a design. I completely, when I wanted to increase the size or decrease the size, I just used that golden ratio number. And um, the number is 1.618. Okay, just memorize that, 1.618, right? And when you decrease or increase something using these numbers, it looks much better, right? So let me do one thing. Let me bring myself, but put myself to the left side of the screen so you can see me better. Okay, I think I have to do it this way. All right, I move to the left. So here we have, what did we have here? Our body font size was 16, and let's multiply that into this number. So 16 multiplied by 1.618, okay, 25, okay, 25.8. Let's try that out. Here we are, and 25.8 pics, okay. Now you see it looks good, but maybe you say that, all right, I want bigger title, so let's try it again. Multiply this by 1.618, 41.8. So here we have 41.8. Okay, you see it looks much better, right? It is more understandable, and you have to work on this. Just keep these numbers, either multiply or half the size by 2, or you can use the golden ratio number 1.618. Okay, just use this number on your designs. It will change everything, and it will make everything much clearer and easier. Okay, so some of these images are okay. This is good. This is good. This one is compressed. You need to fix that, but the image itself is good. This one is good. Social media management. This will look like that. Okay, a couple of people are working and they're having fun. Okay, so it's not very clear for me that it's not very much connected to social media management. This one also graphic design. Okay, mm, if you put something, for example, some designed thing like we have here, some, for example, artwork, or someone who did some sketch by hand, it would look much better comparing to what we have right now. Okay, so I would change this image, and okay, sizes are not very well, and some of your project and so on. Okay, so let's go for the next one. Here outside is it's snowing. Okay, all right, so this one looks much more interesting. Okay, so as you can see on the left side, we have very clear with no interrupting background. Let me just move myself back, or let me just remove myself. It's much better. So there is no interrupting background. The image is on the right side, the text on the left side, with one clear call to action, up to 50% off. Don't miss the best deals. Okay, and when you come here, what do you see? Okay, it's about gaming, and it's probably about products connected to gaming, because here we have a mouse, headphones, clothing. Okay, so you see these images, it's the backgrounds are the slider, it's perfect. I like it a lot. It's readable. Congratulations, you did a good job. And at the top we have search, we have different categories. It has empty white spaces, it's clear. Probably if it was me, I would increase the distance a little bit more between categories. For example, here I'm going to add, for example, margin bottom, like maybe 50 pixel. Okay, I added to something else, right? Okay, anyway, all right. Anyway, you can, if it was me, I would increase this distance a little bit more, not much, but a little bit more, to, when you want to deliver a message. Okay, when you want to show something that, all right, this is the text, this is a title, this is, for example, title, these are my, let me show you on paper. Let me show you here. Okay, so when you want to show something, when you want to, for example, let's say here we have a title so big, and then we have another description under it with this size. Okay, when the difference between these two are a little, it's not very clear. Okay, but that is why the half size or double the size works very well. Okay, so here it is. You see, it's the difference between these two is very obvious, very clear. And in this case right now, what we have here, you see, here we have the title categories, title categories, and let's look at it here. For example, this is the title, images. Okay, then instead of I write it here, I'm gonna come a little bit lower. You see this here? Okay, more or less, let me just bring the paper up. Okay, so this is clear, okay? This is a separate thing, this is a separate thing, right? So this is what I'm talking about. When you make it this way, it works much better, okay? It is more understandable. Let's come down, okay? We have other products just arrived and footer. Now, if I were you, you have a lot of categories here: bestsellers, gaming equipment, accessories, electronics, and for example, men clothing, phone accessories, and so on. Bring all of these here, for example, after just arrived, then put, for example, gaming stuff, then men's stuff, then clothing, and so on, okay? So when people come, they can scroll down and see more and more and more. And one other thing is that, for example, on just arrived, I think I need to click on this button, right? This on the title. Now, this is not good. This is not good. Okay, I will tell you why it's not good. Okay, let's go back. So this is not at all clear that I have to click on these titles, okay? It's not clear. So this is a problem of UX or user experience. What you should do is to, let me show you here. Okay, what you should do is to, all right. For example, let's say here we have our title, and then we have, for example, a couple of products. Okay, product 1, product 2, product 3, and product 4. Okay, so right now your button is this. It's the title, which is not okay. What you can do is to put, for example, one of the things is that you can put an arrow here and make this as a slider. So I'm going to click, another 4 will come. I'm going to click on this, another 4 will come. This is okay, but you can just do this, for example, on 3 or 4 rows. But what is important here is to put an obvious button here that shows that, all right, I have to click here to understand, to go to the other page which shows all of these stuff in that category. For example, you can have a button here or here. Let me just remove this, that says see more. Okay, if you have some button here, all right, I want to see more of this, I'm going to click here. Or some websites, they do it here, see more. Okay, they do it here. Right, I'm going to click on this and jump into their the page about these products. Okay, but here it's not at all clear that, all right, I have to click on best deals on the title. Title is clickable. It's not okay. Okay, all right, so that would be all for today. For the first episode, the first session of this workshop. I hope you have enjoyed, you have learned a lot of things, and I try to do this often every week, and you can work on your website right now. During this session, you learn a lot of new things. Go and work on your website, practice, try to test different things, and send your website to me again from inside my I'm gonna upload another post regarding sharing your websites, and in my Facebook private business group, write your websites there, and I would be happy to work on your website on the next session. Okay, so if you have any suggestion or question for me, you can write it down for me in the comments. If you liked what we learned, what we had during this session, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Okay, so that was all for our first episode of website optimization workshop. I'm Pouya, and I hope to see you soon on the other videos.